Hey, honey, it's your girl Brianna Ray, and this is Break Free from Yourself podcast. This podcast is my new baby that is centered around self reflection and self love. It's about a young woman's journey, me of course, to finding inner peace, but realizing that sometimes she can play a role in holding herself back from that peace. So, this is going to be a safe space where I'll be real with you all and myself. So, listen, I know I'm not the only one that can hold myself back from the greatness that I can be. Maybe y'all will be able to relate and we can get through this journey together. So, let's take a walk together, hon. So, I'm going to go ahead and keep it real with y'all. I'm not sure if this episode is going to be posted on Wednesday, because it's Tuesday night and I'm sitting here trying to rush and get this episode out because I was trying to do one episode a week. It will be sometime this week. What day this week? I don't know. This whole past few days has been kind of a lot for me, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey, it's your girl Brianna Ray, and this is Break Free from Yourself podcast. I'm back and I'm better. So, I took a break, and I had to come back and tell y'all why. Long story short, your girl is about to graduate. Yeah, you heard it. I'm graduating. So I finally did what I needed to do, buckled down, and I'm finna say goodbye to my master's program because I've completed it. This journey has been nothing short of stressful with a side of blood, sweat, and tears. I'm glad to be done. I took my final on Sunday, and just taking that final was nerve wracking. So basically, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I had to make an A to graduate. I ended up making a C in one of my classes, and so I had to make an A to bring that C back up. And literally, it was a challenge. I'd had a couple classes where I'd be right at the A point, then I'd take the final, and it dropped me to a B. Literally happened for 4 classes, my last 4 classes. And it was just like, what is wrong with me? I know the information. Why can I not put it on the exam when it's time to take the exam? Now, I've said before that I have testing anxiety, but it was also the fact that these tests had to be proctored. And literally, I believe it was the second proctored exam that I took. The proctor stopped me from looking up because it looked like I was cheating when I was looking up at the ceiling to try to figure out what I put on my notes because I could not remember something. My mind just went blank. Anytime I'm taking an exam, my mind goes blank. And so it happened during the exam, and I'm trying to flash back to what I wrote down in my notes. And he said, no, you can't do that. I need you to look at the screen. So after that, I just rushed and finished the final, and I ended up making like a 70 something on the final. So this has been a struggle. I have overcame. Actually, I barely overcame. Literally, I'm sitting at a 90 on the dot. I had a 94 point something before I took the final, and I ended up with a 90 when I finished. I'm going to take that. I cried after the final, and I'm going to take it for what it is. I was supposed to graduate. I was not going to pay for another class. I told myself this, the class before this class, I said I'm not going to pay for another class, and I ended up paying for another class, and I was crying at that point. But I said after this class that I'm not going to pay for another class. This is $1,500 a pop, and depending on the class, sometimes it might be a little bit extra. I'm not going to pay for another class. So before the class even started, I'm talking to my boyfriend on the phone, and I'm boohoo crying. And he's like, well, when's the exam? And I'm like, I haven't even started the class yet. And he's like, well, why are you crying for a class that you haven't even taken yet? You're literally sitting here crying about a class that you haven't taken yet. You haven't ordered the books for. You haven't studied for. The class has not started, but you're crying. So I told him he was right, and I had to put my big girl panties on, and I thugged it through this class. And I'm so proud of myself, but I'm not as excited about graduating as most people would be. I'm just relieved that I don't have to take another class. I've already, as soon as I took my final, I ended up getting the return receipt so I can go ahead and send my book back. That's how done I was with school. I just want to send the book back. I'm done with y'all. But other than that, I haven't really been excited about it. It's just like, I'm over this hurdle. So what's next? I actually don't even plan on graduating with, or I actually don't plan on walking. I'm graduating, but I don't plan on walking. I've done it twice before for high school and undergrad. What's the point of doing it again? My mother told me that I probably should because, I was doing all that crying and stuff during each class every night. But no, ma'am, this school is not going to get a dime from me. Y'all have got so much money from me out of my pocket. Personally, I'm not giving you another dime. I will go to Amazon and get me a graduation cap and a stove before I send my money to them for graduation. Just send me my degree, send me my diploma, and we're even. I've already cut out that portion of celebrating. So, and it's a pandemic now, so I don't feel comfortable going out of the country. I just got a passport, but I don't even know if I'm going out of the country or out of this. Well, I'm going out of the state at some point, but I'm not jumping to try to plan a trip to celebrate this because it's just like, I finished. I just want to relax. Unfortunately, I can't relax. I have things that I need to do. I have to get a job. I have a job, but it's not in my field. I have to get a job that's in my field, and I have to get up out. I'm tired of living here. I'm moving. Don't know where. Hopefully soon. But now that I'm over this hurdle, I was saying that I was going to move once I finish my master's program. Now that this program is finished, I have to get up out. I'm tired of being here. I need new space. I feel stuck. I feel stagnant. I've lived here majority of my life. And I've lived close to my mother majority of my life. Even when I was in undergrad, my first college that I went to, I was literally only an hour and a half away. So I kind of need to get from up under my mother because she's just a safe space, and I need to be uncomfortable because I've heard that when you're uncomfortable, that's when you get to grind and when you get to moving. So I need to get out of this comfortable space. So I plan on leaving. I don't know where. I don't know how. But I'm going to make myself available to positions where I can be where I want to be in life. Because like I said, I feel stagnant. I feel like a lot of people that I've graduated with, they've moved to that next portion. And because I've stayed in school, I never really tried to move to that next portion of my life. So now that I'm not in school, I got to grind. I'm not saying I want to have no babies or nothing. But your girl want to go on trips. Literally, I've not done anything because I've been trying to focus. So now that I've eliminated that out of my equation, I want to live my life before I can't live it anymore. Because we all know that tomorrow's not promised. So now that I have this hurdle out of my way, I need to move on. But I'm a little hesitant, like I said, because it's been something that I've only been focused on school. Literally, before even college and high school. That was all I was focused on, was being focused on school. So now that I'm done with school, it's just like, what am I supposed to do next? I've done this my entire life. What am I supposed to do next? And it's scary, it's frustrating. So that's why I'm not excited about graduating, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I remember a year ago, I talked to a friend who, I'm 25 now. She turned 25 last year, and I asked her, well, how's it feel to be 25? And she said it didn't feel any better. It kind of made her feel worse because she feels like she's not doing what she wanted to do with her life. And I don't know why we feel like at 25, we thought that at 25 we were going to be married with kids in a white picket fence or a mansion doing this, taking trips. No, ma'am, that's not what we're doing. We aspire to do that, but life has told us that that's not reality, at least not for everybody. But now I have a chance to make some of those things happen and make that a reality. I plan to live my best life, so I'm excited to do that. But I'm just nervous because I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm afraid of the unknown. And that has held me back from a lot of things because I'm hesitant to move forward in some things because I don't know how things are going to play out. I only like to move forward with things when I'm comfortable and know that things are going to work out in my favor. And half the time, those things don't even work out in my favor. So I need to step out and take a leap of faith and be able to move forward with my life. I know 25 is not old. I know I'm not old. But I don't want to be stagnant forever. So overcoming this hurdle is a great thing for me because now I don't have anything that's holding me back other than myself. And that's what I have to figure out. Why are you holding yourself back from greatness at this point? You can't say it's school. You're done with school now. So what are you going to do to be the you that you want to be? I don't have all the answers, but that's okay. But I know that I need to start making those steps without having the answers and being okay with not having those answers. People have survived with less than what I have. So I need to realize that I'm going to be okay and just live my life to the fullest. I am going to try to keep this podcast episode short simply because I plan on posting once a week for the month of October. And since today is already Wednesday, I need to go ahead and post this now. Because I started recording yesterday. I still might add the beginning of that from yesterday to this, but I just re-recorded what I did yesterday. So, thank you for listening. I'm happy that I'm over this hurdle. I can't stop saying that. I'm so happy. And I'm just ready for my next chapter. Thank you for listening to Break Free From Yourself podcast. If you didn't already follow my Instagram or Twitter, go ahead and do that. It's Brianna Ray. That is BriaunaRayYYEE. Definitely trying to be more active on both. Use Twitter to comment and let me know what you think or what you want to hear more about on the podcast. Bye, honeys. Thank you for listening to the Break Free From Yourself podcast. I hope you enjoyed yourself and come back for another episode.